Hey everybody, it's Christine, and today I'm up with another idea for you for adding dimension as well as a Halloween layout. I haven't done any Halloween layouts this year, so I wanted to try and get a couple in before Halloween gets here. So what you're looking at right here is a layout using the Fancy Pants Halloween collection, which was in this month's Scrap Room kit. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Having been doing holidays for over a decade, scrapbooking holidays for over a decade, I'm kind of like plumb out of ideas as far as fresh, new looks go. So I kind of dread scrapbooking holidays just a little bit. What I try to do in that case is a couple things. Either approach it with a technique that I love or approach it with a cut file. So in today's case, I'm going to use a technique I love. And what that technique is using a big circle as a focal point. You see me do that all the time on my layouts. I love circles. I love big circles. And so I'm going to employ that today by also adding some torn strips and creating some dimension. So what I'm going to do is take those strips that you just saw me tear apart. There was no rhyme or reason to my tearing. I just tore. And I am going to layer those on top of each other, creating kind of a ruffle look. But while that will on its own create dimension, I'm going to actually up it even more and create further dimension with some dimensional adhesive to really make this thing pop up. And you could see that in the opening screens. There's a lot of dimension in that background. Now, this kind of looks like a pumpkin. It also kind of gave me the feel of like a harvest moon. So it kind of works well in that respect too. I did think about turning it into a pumpkin, but ultimately decided I was just going to leave it as just an orange background. Not go down that road of making it into a specific icon or anything, just leaving it within the color scheme. Now, I secured it onto this black circle, and I'm going to go ahead and go around now and trim off the edges so that it is a circular shape. This is a really easy way to turn any patterned paper, whether torn up or paper pieced together, into a shape that you like. Just mount it on and trim up the edges, and you are ready to roll. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add this onto my base. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it onto a white base, and I'm going to secure that onto a patterned paper and pull the whole thing together that way. So before I do that, sorry, I said that was the next thing, but I was wrong. I am adding my adhesive, my 3D foam adhesive, and I'm just using some adhesive tape and tucking it under there. And you can see from the start to the finish how much extra dimension that gives. So while I had some good dimension going on already, I was really going for taking it up to the very next level and creating a really, really heavy dimensional look. And again, to me, it's really more starting to look like a harvest moon, especially like with clouds waving in front of it. I don't know. I'm just having fun with it. So now I really am going to build my base. And like I said, I'm going to mount this onto white cardstock. I originally thought I was going to go down the black cardstock path, but I didn't. I really liked how it looked against the white, and then I really liked this patterned paper background. This is also in the page kit, and I liked it. I wanted to use it, but I knew it was too busy to use too much of it, so it made a great border. Then I am going to take the black cardstock from the page kit and use a cut file. So really I employed both of my techniques that I mentioned earlier when I'm stuck on holiday layouts. I go to cut files and I go to some of my tried and true favorite design styles and techniques. And so I'm employing both of those. Now, I did not set out with that in mind. I really set out to do the circle thing. However, as I was looking through my cut file selection, I realized, if I cut out that 31 really ginormous, it would look really cool. And so I decided to go ahead and go down that path. Now, let's say you don't have a cut file machine. How can you recreate this? Well, quite simply, I would print out a big 3, print out a big 1, and cut them out. You can see I do have a spider and spider web on there. Those I would recreate with just some ephemera or some stickers. But I don't think this one would be terribly difficult to recreate if you have access to a printer. You could either cut them out or you could trace them onto some white paper and cut them out that way. But shouldn't be terribly difficult to redo. Now, I've got my base on there. I've got my cut files on there. I'm going to add my picture. This is going to be a one picture layout, which is a little unusual for me, but I only had one picture to use. So we're going to roll with it. Only one of my kids made a jack-o'-lantern last year, and so she's the only one that gets a layout about it. And so I used the frame that came in this page kit. The page kit comes with some ephemera and some enamel dots and some pumpkin stickers and kind of a cool variety. And so I'm going to work a lot of that into it. I did also get the embellishment kit, but I misplaced my embellishment kit, this specific part. It was some flair to go with it. And so you're not going to see me use that because I can't find them anywhere. Anyways, I am now taking those stickers, which I mentioned, those pumpkin stickers, and I am decorating those with the little jack-o'-lantern faces. This also came in there. And I thought, how fun. You can go scary, you can go silly and sweet. I opted for silly and sweet, and I'm going to use those as embellishments throughout my page. What a cool addition to a collection, though. Fancy Pants definitely nailed it on that one. Now, real quick, while I am still working through things, just a reminder, the Scrap Room is a non-commitment kit club. You get the Flavors of the Month page kit. You can get 4 different pages to work with each month in there. It comes with 4 different collections. You can make at least 1 page out of those, if not more. And then you can also add on other stuff. You can get on embellishment kits, you can get patterned paper kits, you can also go for the double shot kit, which gives you another 2 pages. So lots of fun options to be had there. I love it. I've been with them for over 2 years now. And I love every month getting new collections. Now, let's continue to decorate. You can see, some of this is self-explanatory, so I feel a little silly explaining it to you. However, I also don't want you to be like, wait, what did she just do there? So what I did right there, because that was a little bit weird, is I took one of the ephemera pieces and I really liked it. It said, "You put a spell on me." And I thought that was cute. However, it was just too big to fit anywhere on my layout in a way that I was happy with. So what I did is I actually cut out the actual words and ditched the rest of it. So I'm going to use that. And what I'm trying to do at this point is create a visual triangle. So I've got one corner of my triangle with the picture and the embellishments down there. Now I'm trying to get another corner up there on the right-hand side. So I'm adding on those words. I'm going to add in some other embellishments. I'm also bringing in some of that blue. So instead of just having orange, black, and white, I've got that pop of that really pretty light blue color throughout my layout, allowing for just the added, I think it really adds something to it when you add in just one more color beyond the traditional colors. And I'm not really sure why, but I think it just really makes things pop in a different way. And of course, there's a world of options there when it comes to Halloween. You could add in purple, you could add in greens. Blue happened to be what they chose in this collection, and so I just rolled with it. And I even used that for like enamel dots and stuff at the end. Now, I've got the base for my cluster there, and I am definitely feeling like I want a little more of that blue. So what I'm going to do is pull out some of this patterned paper that has a light blue background, and I'm going to cut some stars out, and I'm going to just put some stars in there to bring in a bigger swatch of that blue. Now, as I am putting the finishing touches on this, I would love to hear from you. Do you love scrapbooking holidays, or do you find it challenging too? Are you like me, where you're kind of like, oh, what can I do that's new and interesting? Or are you like, oh yes, all the new collections, I can't wait to play? Because you're gonna find, I think there are people on both sides of the aisle on that one, and I think part of that is just how our brains work. And yeah, I mean, I've been doing this since, well, my son is 15, and I started scrapbooking about a month after he was born. So that's a lot of Halloweens. And multiply that by 4 kids, and it's even more Halloweens. So yes, I do have holidays that I prefer to scrapbook, but as a whole, I'd rather do other just normal days, I guess, our everyday moments over holidays and even birthdays. I definitely feel that way about birthdays. But nonetheless, I still think they're important to do. And so that's why I do them. I'm not doing it because, oh, I have to do this and it's such a pain. No, I think it's important to capture those memories. In fact, my kids have their scrapbook, their Halloween scrapbook out right now and have been looking through it. So it does give me the chance to keep track of those treasured memories as well as help them keep track of it. And remember what years it rained and what years it snowed and what years they were this cute costume and what year we had costume fails and all those fun things that come with motherhood. So anyways, that was a long veer off to a question, but I would love to hear from you down below if you enjoy doing holidays or not so much. We are going to wrap things up here, and you can see that obviously it's coming together. I've got just about everything on there. I did off camera decide to add in some enamel dots. I also added in the year. Both of those I used the blue color to accent a little more with that blue. And there you have it. A kind of complicated, lots of layers, Halloween layout using the October kit from the Scrap Room. Thanks so much for joining me today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you again real soon with some more videos.